Okay, so let's talk about toxic thoughts. What I would advise you to do, if you can, and I hope you can, is to go and purchase the book by Dr. Caroline Leaf, entitled "Who Switched Off My Brain?" Um, and read pages 14 to 17. It will really help you there. Now, there are 12 areas Dr. Caroline Leaf has listed in that book, and she calls them the dirty dozen areas of our lives targeted by toxic thinking. Toxic thoughts, toxic emotions, toxic words, toxic choices, toxic dreams, toxic seeds, toxic faith, toxic love, toxic touch, toxic seriousness, toxic health, and toxic schedules. All these things can be toxic depending on how we think. Let's talk a bit about toxic thoughts. Toxic thoughts and how are they different from healthy thoughts? Obviously, when something is toxic, it's poisonous, it's unhealthy. So let's find out how different it is. Dr. Caroline Leaf says toxic thoughts are thoughts that trigger negative and anxious emotions, which produce biochemicals that cause the body stress. So your thoughts cause you stress. And since you're in control of your thoughts, you can decide not to be stressed. And those thoughts create negative and anxious emotions, which now produce biochemicals that cause the body stress. They are stored in your mind as well as in the cells of your body. So the cells of your body change shape, they change activity depending on what you are thinking. She also says that thoughts are basically electrical impulses, chemicals, and neurons. They look like a tree with branches. That's what the dendrites look like. If you go under the microscope and you type, not microscope, if you go to Google and you type in dendrites, DENDRITES, you would see it. As it's seen under the microscope, it actually looks like trees with branches. So thoughts, the dendrites change shape in your brain, and that's that based on the electrical impulses you send as a result of your thoughts, the chemicals and the neurons. And finally, about toxic thoughts, Dr. Caroline Leaf says thoughts are not scientifically measurable, but we can verify how they affect our bodies. We can actually feel our thought through our emotions. So if you are angry, you have had a thought first before the anger, erupted. You always have a thought first. So you can control your emotions by deciding what you think about. Although it cannot be measured, that's our thoughts, our bodies can feel it. It affects our bodies through our emotions. We actually feel it. So right now, we're done with toxic thoughts. Let's look at how I came about creating this course.